the static between stations. You ever get that feeling when you're driving late at night? That specific kind of loneliness where the dash lights are the only thing keeping the dark at bay? My name's Leo, and about 3 years ago, I had a job that required me to drive across the state line at least twice a week. It was boring, mind-numbing work, mostly through those flyover stretches where you don't see a gas station for 50 miles. I had this routine. I'd drink a massive black coffee, roll the window down just enough to let the cold air bite my face, and blast the radio. But out there, in the dead zones, the FM stations start to flicker out. You get that hiss of static, that white noise that sounds like the world is dissolving. One night around 2 a.m., I was passing through a valley where the signal always dies. I was scanning through the dials, looking for anything, a weather report, a late-night talk show, literally anything to keep me awake. I hit the manual seek button. Click, static, click, static. Then I hit a frequency that shouldn't have been there. 109.2. There are no stations on 109.2. The voice and the noise. At first, it was just a low hum, like a transformer box vibrating. I reached for the dial to keep searching, but then a voice broke through. It wasn't a DJ or an announcer. It was a woman. She wasn't talking to an audience. She was counting. 42, she whispered. Her voice was flat, totally devoid of emotion. 43, 44. I chuckled to myself. I figured it was some weird college art project or maybe a number station left over from the Cold War. I kept driving, but then she stopped counting. There was a long silence, maybe 10 seconds, and then she said my license plate number, clear as day. My foot slipped off the gas for a second. I told myself it was a coincidence. Leo, the radio whispered, you're driving too fast. The curve is coming. I slammed on the brakes. I looked ahead, and sure enough, about 50 yards forward, there was a sharp, unmarked hairpin turn that I'd totally forgotten about. If I hadn't slowed down, I would have gone right over the embankment. The passenger. My heart was thumping against my ribs. I pulled over to the shoulder, my hands shaking on the wheel. The radio was silent now, just that low, vibrating hum. Who is this? I asked out loud. I felt like an idiot talking to a dashboard, but I was terrified. I'm the one who watches the road, the radio replied. It didn't sound like it was coming from the speakers anymore. It sounded like it was coming from the air inside the car. I'm the one who stays in the static. I tried to turn the radio off. I hit the power button. Nothing. I pulled the key out of the ignition. The lights went black, the engine died, but the radio kept humming. The green glow of the frequency display 109.2 stayed lit, casting a sickly light over my lap. Then the backseat of my car felt heavy. You know that sensation when someone sits down next to you? The car tilted just a fraction of an inch to the left. I didn't want to look in the rearview mirror. I knew with every fiber of my being that if I looked, I'd see her. The reflection. Don't look back, Leo, the voice said, and this time it was a physical whisper right against my ear. It smelled like old paper and rain. Just drive. If you stop, they'll catch up. Who? I choked out. The ones who didn't hear the warning, she said. I turned the key, and the car roared to life. I didn't look back, I just drove. For the next hour, she talked to me. She told me things about my childhood I'd forgotten. She told me about the car accident I almost had when I was 5. She knew everything. It was like she was a part of me, or a part of the road itself. She told me that the road isn't just asphalt and paint. It's a memory. And sometimes when the night is quiet enough, the memories get loud. She said she was there to make sure I stayed on the right side of the line. The toll booth. As the sun started to peak over the horizon, the signal started to fade. The static grew louder, drowning her out. "Wait," I yelled. "Who are you? Why me?" The voice was getting fainter, merging with the hiss of the white noise. "I was like you, Leo. I was driving home. I missed the curve. Now I keep the count. Don't forget to pay the toll." The radio finally cut to a local pop station playing a loud, bright song that felt like a slap in the face. I was back in civilization. I saw a gas station ahead and pulled in, gasping for air. I stumbled out of the car, needing to feel the ground under my feet. I walked around to the back of my truck to get my jacket, and I froze. There, on the dusty rear window, was a handprint, but it wasn't on the outside. It was a small, delicate handprint pressed against the glass from the inside of my locked topper. The unexpected twist. I drove straight to my parents' house. I didn't know where else to go. I needed to see someone who knew me. I burst through the door, and my mom looked at me like she'd seen a ghost. She started crying, clutching her chest. "Leo?" she sobbed. How are you here?" "I just drove through the night, Mom. It was a weird trip, but I'm okay." She shook her head, backed away from me, and pointed at the television. It was the local news. They were showing a wreck my truck. It was at the bottom of that hairpin turn I thought I'd avoided. The reporter was saying that the driver had been missing for 3 days, presumed dead. I looked down at my hands. They were solid. I felt the floorboards beneath me. "Mom, I'm right here," I said. But then I heard it, a faint sound coming from the kitchen. It was a small portable radio on the counter. It wasn't tuned to any station. It was on 109.2, and from the speakers I heard my own voice, flat, emotionless, counting. 45, my voice whispered from the radio. 46, 47. I looked back at my mom, but she wasn't looking at me anymore. She was looking through me. I realized then that I hadn't avoided the curve. I was just the latest memory the road had decided to keep. And now I had to stay in the static,